Alright, so today we are making an iconic Hong Kong tea, afternoon tea, which is the cookie crust egg tart along with the milk tea. Perfect pairing. So let's get that in. Alright, so first part is we're going to melt the sugar with the water. That is for the egg mixture. The reason why we do that first is I want to have that cool down. So you can do this in the microwave or a pan. You don't have to boil it, have it boiled. Just have all the sugar dissolve. So again, this is for the egg mixture, the filling of the egg tart. So just to the point that all the sugar melt and we're good. So maybe a minute or so will be good enough. Of course, again, you can do this in the microwave. Almost done here. The reason I want to cool down, I don't want to cook the eggs. So this is the first tart. How I like to do it, I like to do this first and do the crust, and then as the crust need to cool down, refrigerate for a bit. So next step, I'm going to do the crust, and I'm going to do the egg filling the last. Okay, so this is good. Got it all melted. So move on to the crust. So for the crust, we have some icing sugar and the butter. Add the butter to the icing sugar. Again, the butter is room temperature. So mix that here. Still a little cold here in the recent days, so the butter is not as soft as I wanted it to be, but it's okay. Take a little bit longer to beat it up. Almost there. And you can get a fork in here, scrape that out, and mush that down as well with the butter. Alright, so that's good. Now we need to add a little bit of the egg, around 14 milliliters. Almost there. There we go. That's 14 milliliters of eggs. Gonna mix that in as well. Okay. And then we need 10 milliliters of evaporated milk. That's good. And a few drops of vanilla extract. That's good. Gonna mix that up as well. Alright, so that's good. Now we're gonna add the flour mixture. So this is again all-purpose flour mixed with cornstarch. Gonna add half of it first. So you're gonna be a little bit creamier. So this is the egg tart with the cookie crust version. I personally like the cookie crust version better than the puff pastry version of the egg tart. So this is what we're making today. So it's gonna be a little bit creamier, and then you just work it with your hands to form it into a dough. And you want to refrigerate the dough for 15 minutes to half an hour. Alright, so that's good. Now we're going to finish up with your hands to mix it all together. So just mix it to the point that they form a dough. You don't need to knead it too much. So just incorporate everything together and form it into a big dough. See how it come together like so. All right, here it is. So go get saran wrap. Okay, so gonna wrap this baby up. Nice and tight. Go to sit in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. So now we're gonna do the egg mixer. So for the egg mixture, it's very easy. So we're gonna take the water and the sugar mixture that is cooled down. And the evaporated milk. Just combine all the wet ingredients together. So that's as easy as that. And the 3 eggs. So mix that together. Scrape that all down. So you see the egg is not beat. As you can see some egg whites in there. You can beat it up a little bit, as much as you can. But not to worry, we're gonna pass this to a sniff to make it all smooth. And pardon my cameraman. All right, so we're going to beat that a little bit. All right, so we're gonna pass that to here to remove all the egg whites and also some of the bubbles as well. And we're also gonna refrigerate this for around 15 minutes. So on the same time as the dough. I'm using this coffee latte art thingy because it does have a spout, so it's easier to fill the crust when it comes down to it at that point. But you can use any container you want. Do I still have room left? Yep, I do. So I'm gonna pull that all in. So yeah, the reason why we push that on the sleeve is that you can remove those gunk. I mean the remaining egg white that was not beat up. And it also removes some of the foam as well. So here that is. You can pass it again if you want, but I'm just gonna do it one time. If you want it a little bit more smoother, you can pass it one more time. Actually, I'm gonna do one more time. So I'm gonna pull this mixture back in the container and pass it through one more time to make it as smooth as possible at the end result. All right, that's good. So I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in the fridge. The dough has been chilled, and I'm gonna make 10 tarts. So each is 38 grams. So gonna measure that out. You can do a little bit less if you don't want that thick of a crust, but I do prefer a thick crust. So I'm gonna do 35 on each. 38, I'm sorry, 38. So that's that. Oh, off by 2, man. All right. Go form into a circle for easy molding in a bit. All right, so what we're gonna do is that once we have everything measured out, gonna form it into a ball, and just spread it out. I did put some butter on the mold, so it's gonna be easy to peel out. And I have the oven preheated at 425. So just like this, even it out. So just keep turning in circle and shaping it with your thumb. Now do the edge. And keep spinning. So keep your thumb where it is and just turn the mold to have an even situation. So what we want is like a little bit wise up from the mold. So that's one. Gonna show you another one, like another one or two. So shape the ball and then flatten it out. Keep turning as you do so. 2 thumb doing the pressure. Alright, so that's kind of even out. Now shape knee down on the center, not as thick. And now to the wall. To the window, to the wall, to the wall. Alright, so about 1 inch. Do one more. Shape it into a circle, like so. Put it in the mold. 2 thumb action. Turn as you go. Kind of put some pressure in the middle. And now do the edge. And the wall. So around 1 inch off the mold. Not 1 inch, but a little bit off the wall. Sorry. Alright, so that's that. I'm gonna finish the rest. So I got the mold already, the crust already done. You're just gonna stir the egg mixture a little bit. Don't stir it too vigorously, as you don't want the bubble to form. We're gonna fill each one up around like 80% or so, because it does rise up a little bit when it does bake. So like 80-90% here is good. Again, I have the oven preheated for 425. So with something with a spout, it's gonna be easy pouring. And line the baking sheet in case it does overflow for easy cleaning as well. So I did saw a video earlier, like a couple weeks ago, saying that Hong Kong pastries is influenced by a mixture of Russian influence, British influence, and Japanese influence. So the egg tart, where that come from, is from the fruit tart. So the tart base is fruit tart base, almost. And then why we got the egg mixture is that instead of using custard and fruits, they use eggs instead. So that's a variation of that fruit tart is where the egg tart come from. So yeah, about this is good. Just top it off a little bit, so we still have a little bit of the egg mixture left, but don't overflow it. So this is good. We're gonna bake it for around 13 to 16 minutes. So be right back. Alright, so it does take longer than anticipated. So it's been there for 18 minutes now. So out of the oven. So with the status, you want still a little bit jiggly. You don't want it to be too firm. This side, the heat was too much, so it's a little bit too firm. You can see the jiggliness. So yeah, so it's good to have the baking sheet line up, so it's easier to clean up. So this is it, and we're gonna let it cool down for a quick few minutes before we loosen out the mold. So be right back. So it's been around like 3-4 minutes. So what we're gonna do is gonna take it out of the mold while you have a piece of stale bread here. This is a pole move. So what you want to do is take flip it out. Ooh, come out like that. And take your plate. Woo, there you have it. So this is the iconic Hong Kong afternoon tea with the egg tart and the milk tea. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed already and you like the content, please help like and subscribe. And until next time, you guys have a great day.